Hi guys, it's Sam here today, and today I wanted to do a get ready with me video. I have some brand new products like the Tom Ford Forbidden Pink. I have Charlotte Tilbury, but I also have some other things that are not brand new, brandy new. I have Chanel. So yeah, I just wanted to sit down, do a get ready with me. This is not going to be like a formal review, but yeah, I wanted to hang out with you guys. If you're interested in that, continue watching and let's get started. And if you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Sam. I'm a makeup enthusiast. Makeup is my therapy, and so that's why I really like doing these kind of get ready with me videos. If you like that, I have plenty of them here on the channel, and I do sometimes do some reviews. So if you are also interested in that, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can come back and see more content with me. And let's get started. I don't have anything on right now, and it is winter and my skin has been very terribly dry. So I'm going to go in with something that's tried and true for me. It's the Touch in Sol Glassy Balm. So we're going to go in with this first. And I just wanted to do a very informal get ready with me because I just feel like, I don't know, I have a lot of nonsense I want to talk about. I've had pretty crazy, I don't know, I feel like month, honestly. I feel like winter has just lasted way too long, and it's led to feeling a little down and out. And I just really can't wait for spring to come, you know what I mean? We had like a weird end of last year too. We had some family stuff happen. We had a neighbor's dog come into our yard and attack our chickens, and we lost half of our flock. And the new year seemed fine, but since the new year has started, I feel like as far as like makeup goes and beauty, I was just really bored. There was so much excitement around a lot of like dupe content, and I just could not get excited about it whatsoever. I picked up from Ulta the Chanel Les Beige Fluid Illuminator in Sunkissed. So I want to try this out. It seemed, I did pump it and like try it on the back of my hand, and it seems kind of hydrating, but it is very thin. So I didn't want to like have this be my only base, but this is kind of what it looks like, the viscosity and all that. So yeah, I've been buying makeup because I cannot help myself. I've been buying makeup. I'm not on a no buy, although I should be. But I've been buying makeup, but not really too many like new releases, because honestly, I haven't been that excited about a lot of the new things. I feel like the new things are just repeats of old things. Luminous matte foundations. We've seen Luminous matte. Like, I feel like this is a beautiful luminizer because it has a sheen, but it's like a peachy gold shade, as opposed to like, I have the Halo in medium from e.l.f. here, and I'm just gonna put a little on my hand so you can kind of see. This has like obviously coverage, and some people like that because if you have perfect skin, that's all you need, right? But I'm just gonna rub it in and kind of show you. See how it has like a slight cast because the pearl in here is a lot more like silvery or white, and on my skin I just don't feel like this is completely flattering. When you put it under foundation, it's a little more subtle, but overall, you know, it's nicer when you have a warmer complexion and have a warmer glow. But what was I saying? I'm bored of the dupes. Even like the About Face lip things, I was tempted to get those, but they're just like kind of a more pigmented dupe from the Tarte ones, and like I don't know if I need that, you know, something really pigmented like that, but then moving around the way that product does. I wasn't that interested in it. And even some of the products that I have picked up, I really wasn't even sure how interested I was going to be in those, because I just feel like they're the same. Like, do I need another blush? Probably not. Do I need another quad? Probably not. But I purchased the products because I really want to get myself familiarized with more brands and try things that in the past I kind of wanted but never got around to because I was chasing that new all the time. I'm so tired of being viral, or not me myself being viral, but like the idea that everything has to be viral, and all of that just felt very boring because every product seemed to have like some kind of viral chasing trend to it. You know what I mean? Like even all those the Tarte tubes that are like dupes of all the Charlotte Tilbury stuff, I'm like, it just all feels very copy and paste. You know what I mean? I'm gonna use the YSL All Hours foundation in MW9, and I just put one pump. This is a luminous matte foundation that came out last year. That's why I was like, I kind of was tempted to get the Gucci one. I was tempted to try the new Laura Mercier, and I was like, girl, don't do it. Say no to drugs. You do not need to do that. We got plenty. So we're just gonna, you know, purchase things that really capture us. I don't know. I just feel like everything is so boring because it's just copy and paste. Even like music. I was in the car and we were jamming out to the radio. We were just listening to the radio in the car. And that Weekend song with, I forget who else is on it. 21 Savage? I don't know. Somebody's on it. You know which one I'm talking about. The one Creeping. And honestly, listening to that song the whole time, I kept thinking, I like the original better. I want to listen to the original. So you know what I did? I put on my Spotify and I pulled up Mario Wins and played I Don't Want to Know, because that's what I wanted to hear. I'm just tired of taking, sometimes, you know, an artist can take something old and make it fresh. Even, I mean, come on, the entire hip-hop movement in the 90s is still a little too late, but we'll make it work. Was taking samples from the 70s and the 80s, you know? That's how pretty much P. Diddy and all that made their money. But they actually like made something new out of the songs, like gave it a real true refresher. Nowadays it's either a worse version or it's an exact ripoff. So I'm just like, I'm over it. Like even that stupid, it's not brand new, that Nicki Minaj song, the Super Freak or whatever. Dude, I prefer the original over her version. It's just ridiculous. Not to mention that I'm not really a huge fan of Nicki Minaj in general. Don't come after me, but it's a fact. I understand that the old is new again and like nostalgia is really big right now. All the young people, I feel like there's this parallel with the younger people, millennials and the gen something, whatever, the younger people that have nostalgia for the good old days that they never lived in. There's a parallel between that and the baby boomers who have nostalgia for the good old days when they were children. It's so odd to me, and I feel like my generation, you know, I was born in the 80s. We were very different. Like, we were nostalgic. I mean, literally the 90s, we were wearing bell bottoms from the 70s and stuff like that, and we were taking music samples. But we also had like a very unique twist to things. We were more open to different kinds of people. It wasn't so many labels. We were like almost anti-label. And these days, man, I'm confused. That's what it is. I'm just confused and bored. I picked up the new Tower 28 thing, the soft contour cream in the shade Hammer. So let's add up some warmth to the face. So these contours to me are kind of more bronzers. I didn't feel that all the shades were very cool tone, which I appreciate because I think the old school contouring is kind of dated to me, and it kind of makes you look old. And I know that like a lot of people are into that. I feel like that's the whole vibe with that bukkake surgery and stuff, is that like I feel like it's younger people trying to look older Because honestly, those kind of features with a sucked in face, that makes you think of an older person who has less collagen in their face. I don't know, but that's just my opinion on that. And I just feel like I don't need to look older. I want to look younger. It's also for people who just have maybe a more round face and they want to look more chiseled, but I feel like you end up looking a little bit older when you do that. And I feel like contouring, although like there's times and places for it, overall I feel like it does make you look a little older, whereas like bronzing just makes you look healthier in a sense, like that warmness from the sun, the summertime healthy glow. So I was happy to see this was like a little bit warmer. Also, you know, I was watching a tutorial from SamanthaMargaraR, and she was saying like to follow what the body is telling you. And I feel like personally with myself, when I see the contours of my body, like the contour of my arm here, it's warm. You know what I mean? So like listening to that as opposed to just putting a grayish tone makes more sense to me. And I like that this is matte. I've been using my Huda Beauty Tantour a lot in the shade Light, but I was like, let me try something different. This is something that I feel like I actually use in my routine, so it felt like organic to purchase and less of a trend, although it's also trendy. I'm also just bored because it's winter time. You can't go to many places. There's not many things to do. A lot of my TV shows that I like to watch were not like up or available. Like I was getting into that show Shadow and Bones. That wasn't up, although it's coming out this week. And then I'm not sure if I've ever shared this on my channel, but I'm a huge F1 fan. My husband and I have been watching F1 maybe the last 3 or 4 years, and we like both have it on our phones. And like, even I'm a fan. It's not like these football girls that like the events surrounding football, but they don't actually like sit down and watch the whole play. I love F1. If my husband's not home, I'm watching the race by myself. So that's come back, thank God. So last weekend I finally got that. I feel like that adds to my normalcy and my routine, and I really love routine. I got a new shade of the Pat McGrath concealer because I really do love it, but I only had a summer shade in it. So I got, what shade is this? LM14, light medium 14, to see, hopefully this does the trick. I've been having like super bad under eye bags, and you know, I've been wearing makeup, but I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really wanted to film it because I haven't been able to like perfect the covering of the dark under circles. But whatever, like sometimes we just have to be real with ourselves and be like, this is what I look like. I got this new mirror from Amazon, and I might want to return it because although it's a beautiful wood grain, and that's the reason why I bought it, I thought it was gonna, like, the pictures made it look not as dull, you know what I'm saying? And it looks like it needs varnish, and I'm like, I could buy another mirror that has the varnish, or I can buy a varnish and then do it myself. But like, I'm not a, I don't know, I used to be a DIY kind of project kind of girl, but not anymore. I also picked up this brush from Sephora. It's the Pro Concealer 71. I've been wanting to try it, so picked it up. It looks pretty good. It does a good job, I think. That looked nice. So we had like February school vacation recently, and then right after my best friend lost her father, which was very, very sad. Not just because it's her dad, I mean obviously because it's her dad, but also her parents hang out with us like friends. And I'm not saying like partiers or whatever, because we're not, at least, you know, I'm not a partier like that. But you know, it's not like, I don't know, I feel like when you go to some families' houses, most families, the parents hang out with the grandparents hang out with the other grandparents, or with like the aunties and stuff like that. And they were not like that. They would still, like, her her dad would go and like chill with the guys and he was with the young guys, and like her mom would sit and chill with us. Like it was never like the grandparents corner with their grown folks together and then us like kind of the kids table graduating to like the middle table while the little, you know, our next generation's at the kid table. You know what I'm saying? Like some people have that kind of situation and they weren't like that. So it felt like losing a friend too, not just like my friend losing her parents. So it was very difficult for everybody. Obviously she felt it worse because it's her dad. But yeah, it's just, that was crazy. I got a Givenchy setting powder. I forget which one it is. It is the Prism Libre and it's the number 4 muslin something. I can't read upside down. I've been wanting to try this powder for so long, but it's so expensive and it's not new, so like it wasn't something that I could like justify to like review it or whatever. Not that I need to do that because my channel is not monetized, but I just felt like nobody would be interested in it because it's not new, but I wanted it for myself, so I picked it up. Basically, most of the purchases that I've been making lately are just things that I've really been wanting to try, or I really wanted to try, that I gave myself permission to stop trying to chase the new stuff. It's been absolutely bizarre. And I really enjoy how it sets the under eye. It's very lightweight powder and it does a really good job. So we had school break, all the kids home, half the kids got sick, then we had a funeral. And I haven't been able to get excited for many makeup releases. I just opened up this blush. This is the first time I'm opening it. It's the Haus Labs. What are they calling this? The Haus Labs House Tech powdered with fermented arnica and hydroberry talc-free blush. And I picked mine up in Pomelo Peach. The packaging is really cool, and this is the color. I don't know if I'm going to want to use this because I do want to use the Tom Ford quad, and that's more pink. So we will see. I think I'm leaning towards using the Chanel face palette instead, but we will see. I picked this up and I even told myself, I'm like, you're insane for wanting this so badly, because originally when it released overseas in the UK first, and they had it at Selfridges, and I looked at it, I almost bought it, then I said no, you don't need it. This color story is the same color story that we bought all last year in 2022. It's just a repeat of the same old. And I was like, well, I really want to try it. In my head and then I said no. So I didn't buy it, and then it finally came over and it went to Sephora, and then I bought it. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it because I really want to. The only Tom Ford quad I have was from an influencer box, and I liked it. I really did like it. So this is what the palette looks like. There's 4 shades. Super pretty. Very basic, but there hasn't been any other eyeshadow palettes that have called my attention anyway. So if this is the one that calls to me, then I'm gonna go with it. From my experience with the Tiger Eye quad, I do like the little brush applicator. So it comes with, all right, so it has this little applicator with the 2 sponges. It's a double-end sponge. And then it has another applicator with a sponge and a brush. And I actually really liked the little brush in the Tiger Eye quad, so we're gonna try it with this one. Obviously, if we need assistance, then we will get it. I'm not gonna put a primer on my eyes because my eyelids have been so dry, and when I have worn makeup with a primer, it feels like I can feel like it's way too dried out. So let's see, let's swatch the shades so I can kind of get an idea of what I want to use. These are the 4 shades swatched out. They look really beautiful. It's like cool tone, and I think that really is what pulled me in. And look how rich that brown is, surprisingly. Like, that's the first time I've swatched this. Wow, I'm really impressed. I think it looks so pretty. So I think what I want to do is go into this matte rosy shade And it's a little cooler tone, which I like. And I'm gonna put that in the crease area. And wow, like it really shows up. So nice and surprising. And you see how nice it goes on with this little brush? I haven't used the sponge applicators, and I don't think I will today. I don't know. It looks so pretty. All right, so we'll do the other side. Make a match. All right, so now I want to go into this richer shade and put that, you know, just on the outer corner area, just to give it a little depth. All right, so let's go into this shade here and put that on the lid, just barely. I want it to be super subtle, so I'm not gonna pile it on very thick. I feel like that's kind of the vibe with like the Tom Ford pods, right? It's that wash of color. I'm gonna use this pointed one to put that sparkly shade as an inner corner and have it be a little bit more impactful. All right, so I am done with my eye look. It was very simple, very easy, and I think very pretty. I was in need of a new brow product because I really love the M Cosmetics. I think it's called a cream brow. I buy it all the time. I should know what it's called, but I don't know. But I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get it. I don't need to get it. And then I was like, I wanted to get that Charlotte Tilbury Pop Shot. Oh, I wanted to use that. Maybe I'll still use it. I wanted to pick that up, but I was like, oh, they have a brow product that I wanted to try when it came out and I never picked it up, so might as well pick it up now. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury, what is it called? Legendary Brows, and I picked up mine's in the shade Black Brown. And I don't know if you guys noticed, like a while back I colored my hair for like the first time ever in like 7 years. I was coloring it black to match my roots, my non-gray roots, and I decided it wasn't for me, so I decided to grow my gray back out. But the parts of it that had like where it was over the gray hairs is now fading, and I'm having like these brown, like it looks almost like brown highlights in my hair. I kind of hate it. So now I don't know what to do. I don't know if there's like something to strip the previous dye out, if that's gonna damage my hair. I also, like before I had colored it, when I thought I wasn't sure what color I was gonna do, I bought the ColourPop like tint stuff in the gray, like silver, and I was tempted to be like, well, maybe I should try that over it, maybe it'll cover the brown and turn it gray. But now I'm like kind of scared. So the reason why I picked this up is because it has a very similar tiny little brow brush, and I felt like the description of the product was similar to my brow cream, so I went to give it a shot. Yeah, I haven't been on a makeup diet, obviously, as you guys can tell, but I've been buying things that I was curious about, again, that I didn't buy because I was trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I'm like, these are the things that I can actually see myself using over and over again. And look how nice my brow looks compared to the other one. That is so nice. I'm curious. I was just, as I was finishing my brow, I was kind of thinking like, you know, how many are you guys are interested in F1? Do you not care about F1? Do you think it's stupid? I really love it, and we watch the Drive to Survive series now too. We pretty much binge watch it like super quick, so we've already finished it. But if you haven't watched F1 and you're not really sure if it's something you would like, on Netflix they do have a series called Drive to Survive. It's about like the F1 drivers, and it does include like highlights of the races and stuff like that. I do feel like in order to like understand some of it, you should watch the races. But I know some people that do not watch the races, but they do watch the show and they find it equally as entertaining. So you don't necessarily have to. I think it's really cool. The thing is that you guys don't know, and maybe I'll make a video talking about it. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comment. But as much as I love Drive to Survive and all of that, I don't drive. I live in the States. Yep. Everybody drives. All our infrastructure is built for vehicles. I do not drive. I've never had my license ever in my life. So I know some of my friends think it's funny sometimes that it's like the girl who cannot drive, does not drive, loves a sport that involves driving. But it is my little passion there. So I did pick up both of the Chanel face quads at Nordstrom's, and they've been sitting like, shame on me, dude. They've been sitting on my dresser for like 2 weeks. I'm not gonna lie. So this one right here that I'm going to show you is the 95710 dress. I think I do want it to do like a dedicated video on these. I'm going to use them here, but I do want to eventually do a video just on these. And then this one is the, I think it's 958 Charretier. I know I butchered that. I don't speak French, but beautiful. So this is the deeper one. And then obviously the other one is lighter. This one has a shade that's kind of like a bronzer. So I do want to try it and see if it even shows up or if it's clearly just a blush, because sometimes I can wear blushes that are that shade. And if anything, yeah, let's use that one. And the highlight in here is very peachy. So let's quickly just swatch them. They feel so nice. All right, so this is the lighter one. This is the one I think I want to use. We'll see if that will show up as a bronzer on me. On my finger, it looks too light. All right, so I have this powder brush from Sonia Kashuk. It's like a blush brush, but we're gonna use it as a bronzer brush. I did a little something. You can tell like this side of my forehead to this, it's a little bit warmer. It adds kind of a sheen, but it's not like sparkly, probably because it's a baked formula. I think that looks really pretty actually. Ooh, I'm gonna use the same brush and go into this like peachy shade and put that right here. And then do the darker one up here. Higher up. That looks so pretty. Oh, gorgeous. Stunning. All right. Yeah, right now my skin is pretty light. So for me, this is like a good palette for me. I think in the summertime, I might have to use this more just like on the eyes. And then I have the darker one. So, but this formula is super lightweight, so I think I can wear both of them now, but the other one will be perfect for me for the summer. I'll put a little blush on my nose, the peachy one, and a little over the forehead. All right, I got a highlighting brush and we're gonna go into that peach highlighter. It gives like the perfect like soft glow without overdoing it whatsoever. So you can see this side no highlight and this side highlight. That is very pretty because it looks undetectable in person. Like it does not look like I have a highlighter on, and then when the light hits it the perfect way, it just gives a really beautiful glow. I don't want to put it on my nose because I'm kind of getting out of that down my nose stuff, but I do like a little highlight here because I got a big forehead and it's gonna glare off my forehead anyway. Might as well have it look pretty. Let's try this Charlotte Tilbury Pop Shot. I got the Pillow Talk Diamonds. There were two shades. There was one that was like more like a purple dual chromey shade, and I didn't get that one because honestly In every indie palette, I have that, and in Pat McGrath palettes. I have it in so many palettes, and I guarantee you they would be done better than by them than by Charlotte Tilbury. So I decided just to get this one. And honestly, I didn't need to get it, but I regretted so badly not getting one. The last time there was like a taupey minky kind of color. And when I finally gave in to myself and said, okay, you can get it, it was sold out. And I don't know if she's going to bring them back out eventually, but right now they don't have it. Oh my God. That is crazy. That is unbelievable. Okay, we're going to put this on the lid. We're going to put this on the lid. I feel like my lids are so dry. This would be better with a glitter glue, because I'm telling you, my every shadow has been looking pretty dull on my lids because they were so dry, which happened to me last year as well. But it's still so pretty. It still looks really beautiful. Just doesn't look exactly like my finger because my lids are so dry, it doesn't even want to pick up from my finger. Oh, because you know Dior's at Ulta now, I picked up one of the lip maximizers in the shade Mahogany. This will be my first time trying this. I feel like I had a Chanel lip balm from back in the early 2000s. It used to come in like a little pot, and I loved that, but it's been so many years. And this color looks so pretty. Because my lips already have that natural outline. All these girls are doing these brown lip liners. They just want to look like my lips. I'm just talking trash because I can't really do lip liner that well. So if you're wearing brown lip liner, good for you. I have trouble tracing my own face. So I guess the last step now is mascara. And I picked this up ages ago and never took it out of the box. This is the YSL Lash Class. This is what she looks like. I bought it back in like Black Friday because I think I bought this. I bought this foundation and I picked it up with this, and then I didn't even use it. So let's try it out. This is what the brush looks like. It's a Big Daddy brush, and I always do the bottom ones first because when I look down like this, my top lashes touch the top lid, and then it always gets messy. So I have to do my bottom lashes first. I like that the bristles are long because then I don't have to put the brush so close to my lashes, but it does seem to be grabbing them. That looks pretty. All right. What do you guys think? Nothing on this top lash, and then this is like 2 coats on the top lash here. I think it looks pretty. It feels like a drier formula, which is nice. Because I even like accidentally tapped my lid with the brush and it didn't leave mascara on my eye, but you do have to like comb it through. It gives my lashes like a nice curl to them. So this is the final look, and I think it looks really, really cute. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are there any products in here that really had you excited, or are you just kind of feeling the same way like me? Like everything is kind of just eh. I also think that in the beginning of every new year, there's always kind of a lull. You know, I feel like the beauty brands know that people are out here making resolutions, intentions, and all kinds of budgets to try to be good for the year. And so they're not spending as much. So they come out with the more like normal, everyday like purchases. Nothing crazy, too exciting, or too unique. And they save those for summertime. I feel like summertime, it starts getting real poppin' because they're like, people go crazy. They're buying all the shit for vacation. We will see. Maybe it'll get exciting at some point. But right now, 2023 is a snore. I'm not here. I mean, there's songs here and there. There's not any music that's like poppin' like that for me. There's not makeup that's really poppin' for me. You know, I'm excited about F1 and a couple shows like Shadow and Bones and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping springtime rolls around too and kind of puts some pep in my step because I do feel like maybe the winter weather has kind of played a role in me being kind of pessimistic, because typically I tend to be the more optimistic one, especially like in my household, and lately I haven't been that. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. I just want to say thank you. Until next time, love you guys. Bye.